Hey, Raindrops. Yeah. So, as you know, my podcast, Reality with the King, is on tour. And my next stop is live in New York City with the one, the only Queen of New Jersey, Teresa Giudice. Yes, on Tuesday, June 18th at the City Winery, Teresa Giudice and I will have a live conversation in front of a live audience. Make sure you get your tickets now. Log on to my website, kingdomrainint.com. Hit the tab that says tour, and me and Teresa Giudice cannot wait to see you on Tuesday, June 18th in New York City.
All right. Moses, the man,
Well,
the myth, and at this point, the legend, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. It's definitely nice to be in conversation with you, bro. Your name has been such a central part of the conversation surrounding this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So we definitely thought it was only fair to give you your side and hear what you have to say about just things and your experience with the show in general. So welcome to the conversation today, Moses. How you feeling, man?
Feeling fantastic, man. Thanks for inviting me here to get my point of view. Just ready to get it out.
Yeah, for sure, man. And this is not a take down Moses conversation or this is not an attack. This is an open conversation for you to literally just let us get to know who you are as a person, bro. We were introduced to you last season on Love and Marriage Huntsville. We heard about our season prior to last, excuse me. We became familiar with your name through your connection to Destiny, but we need to know who Moses is in general. So aside from that connection to the cast, just talk to us a little bit about your background, where you from, Moses, and who you are as a person.
Well, my name is Moses. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
All
Grew up
right.
north side of town, Walnut
Okay.
Park area. Businessman, entrepreneur. Been an entrepreneur since I was the age of 19. Been owning real estate since I was 19. Got a logistics company now that's doing great.
Okay.
So I just been doing me. I'm an entrepreneur. I done tried a lot of different ventures, coach
Yeah.
driver, own liquor stores. I done it
Yeah.
all, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what's up, man. I think it's been a lot of mystery and concern around exactly what it is you do. So when you say you're an entrepreneur, talk to us a little bit about your logistics company now and a little bit just about what you've done previously. I know you said you owned a liquor store, which is a huge accomplishment, right?
I
It's
mean,
not an easy feat. Talk
right.
to us a little bit about the entrepreneur, Moses.
Well, I grew up always, entrepreneur mode, 7, 8 years old, cutting grass, big family. Grandmama had 9 kids, my mama was one of them. I grew up in the 80s era, a lot was going on. But coming up, I had to help feed the household, so basically it started my entrepreneur journey there. Some things that wasn't right, but I had to do what I had to do. That's what I called it at that time. Not using it as an excuse, but just I
Yes.
always wanted better. You know what I'm saying? Started owning property at 19. My grandmother gave me a property, took that, fixed it up, sold it, bought 3 more properties. Just, 2008 came around. I was flipping property, got stuck with a lot of them double digit numbers at that time when the market grew. So I
Hmm.
became a landlord,
We
so
remember that time for
so I,
sure.
so I became a landlord, you know, had double digit properties. So it worked out great, Unfortunately, I took a fall, because I was doing things that wasn't supposed to be doing. But I was luckily able to hold on to all those properties, while I was gone. And that's, what helped me out when I eventually got released. And I
Yeah.
transitioned to the logistics game because I was reading up on it, I studied on it, and I knew it was a big business, and I figure I had something to offer big companies. So I didn't got into a few contracts to where it's favorable for me.
Yeah.
It's big tickets. I'm just getting my cut of it, and it's
Yeah.
working out great. Yes, sir.
Well, we love to hear that, man. And I love to hear when people apply their business acumen from one unconventional industry maybe to another,
Yes,
because
sir.
it does mirror the same effort of strategy and application of theory and things like that. So I think that's really dope, Moses. Do you have any children?
No children.
Okay, no children yet, right? Because I
Not
know
yet.
you said on the show you said it may be any day now, that you may be getting some news, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, that's what's up, Moses. Now, we were introduced to you on the show through your relationship at the time with Destiny, who was a cast member at the time, and we weren't necessarily privy to the inner workings of your relationship. We just knew that you were a element in her story or in her life. And now we've got what appears to be a much larger window into exactly what was going on. So talk to me about the origin of your relationship with Destiny. How long had you all known each other, Moses?
I've known Destiny for about 15, 16 years now.
Okay.
I met her 2008. I was in a previous relationship. She knew I
Okay.
had a girlfriend at the time. I was in a committed relationship. She chose to still date me at this time, at that time. She worked for the airlines, I think Delta. She used to be able to fly in and out. So she used to come and visit and stay a weekend. But it turned on to be multiple times. We came to friendship, like friends with benefits type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, she came to St. Louis, see how I was living, seen my entrepreneur spirit, seeing what I was doing. And she liked it. She liked, for you to be a young man, you really handling yourself well, taking care of yourself. So it became a friendship, with benefits, even though I
Yeah.
had a girlfriend at the time and she knew that. So she pretty much been my side chick for 15 years.
Wow. Okay. So when you met Destiny, because I think a lot of the gray area surrounding your relationship kind of roots in the origin of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, I think that people were kind of confused on how the role that you all played in each other's lives initially, because I think initially the story we were presented with was that you all were kind of like friends from back in the day who
Yes,
were
sir.
starting a budding romance. But to clear that up, you've always had a romantic connection with Destiny ever since you all had come to know one another.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there wasn't necessarily a pivot. That just was how it was. You
It
met
was
and
off the flip. It was just, I went to Atlanta one time. I think it was So Deaf weekend or the Bronner Brothers Hair Show. I used to go every year.
okay, okay,
I was living my life. A couple of my friends going down there. I met her through a friend, that
okay,
knew one of her friends. And when she seen me, it was kind of like an instant attraction.
yeah,
She wanted to get with me. She wanted to holler at me. So I ended up giving her my number. Like I say, she worked for Delta. So I think I came back maybe a week or two later. She flew in.
okay,
It continued. She knew I had a girlfriend at the time. It didn't matter at the time. She was just like she wanted to be around me. She liked my energy.
okay. And so that went on. You all had just a casual, relationship where you spent time together. Did that kind of go in like waves, or was it consistent from all 15 years that you've known Destiny?
Went in waves.
Okay. Okay, but more time was spent on than off, you would say.
So I say both. We
Because
just
we know, look, we grown, right? We know how these relationships work. You have acquaintances where you encounter people in life, and you all have a connection, and sometimes you see each other when you see each other, and it's all good, and then you go back and live your regular life, and it doesn't negate the integrity of the connection. You know what I mean? It's just like we're adults, so you see each other when you see each other, and that's the nature of your relationship. So was it kind of like that, or was it like we're dating, but there's interruptions? You know what I'm saying?
I was more like when we see each other,
Yeah.
we'll catch back up, we'll catch up, we'll get each other number again. We'll hang
Okay.
out. It was always love, for us, friendship. She
Yeah.
let me know about things that going on in her family. She knew a couple of my friends, things that happened to them. So she'll reach out, I heard this, hope you feel all right, how's you holding up, stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And so where you knew Destiny prior to, obviously, if you've been in relationship with her for 15 years as friends, you knew her prior to her marriage, her previous marriage, and then after, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what was you all's connection like during the time that she was, dating her ex and married to her ex-husband?
Well, I reached out to her one time,
Mm-hmm.
and she told me that she was engaged in a relationship.
Okay.
So I respected that.
Yeah.
We talk as friends at this moment, and she was like, "Send me some pictures." I looked at them. I'm like, In my
Okay.
head, I looked at them, but in my mind, I'm like, that ain't the type of guy that Destiny's attracted to or used to.
Really?
So I told myself that, to myself, like, I don't think that's gonna work.
What did you see that was different from what you knew her interest to typically be?
She like pretty much hip dudes, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know,
In the mix a little
in the
bit.
mix type dudes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And her ex was not that per
But
what you saw.
no, sir.
Okay. Okay. So that was pretty much an indicator of what you foresaw maybe the future of that relationship being.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Now, do you know, are you connected to anybody else on the cast other than, well, of course, your wife, Destiny, your wife, Sunny, excuse me, and your previous relationship with Destiny? Were you connected to any of the other cast members on Love and Marriage Huntsville, or were those the only two that you knew?
I knew more so. I met more so.
Yeah.
I met Maurice before. I met Stormy when she came. They came down for Melanie and when they
Okay.
for Monica. I met Stormy husband. I met Tiffany, and I met her husband.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So, what was your connection like with Maurice and Marceau, particularly because we saw on last week's episode, you all had a sit down conversation kind of pertinent to your experience, taking on this new relationship with Sonny. And of course, kind of the conversation surrounding that. It appeared to that reflected like a more of a connection or like a previous friendship. Did you all have some sort of connection that would kind of warrant that conversation, or was that just a discussion you decided to have?
No, we men more so reach out from time to time,
Yeah.
talk to each other, you know, about business. You know, he let me know when I come to Huntsville. He let me know things he got going on. Let me know what I got going on in St. Louis. Maurice the same. You know, I come down, talk about sports. I went on a date with him before him and his wife. You know,
Okay.
get together. Me and when I was with Destiny. So
Okay.
I've been around these guys enough to have a connection. Then our Midwestern connection brings us together. We can talk about some things.
For sure. For sure. I'm a Midwesterner too. I'm from Michigan. So
Okay.
I totally get the vibes, man. I
So
just thought that was interesting because it's very personal. I think that there's a line that has to be followed here, right? Because we're talking about a relationship between two married people, okay, which is very personal, very private, very specific and unique to two people. And I think a lot of opinions and a lot of judgments per se, and just a lot of perspectives are being added to the mix of something really personal. So I thought it was dope that you are willing to be that vulnerable and open, and have a conversation like that surrounding your business essentially
yes,
on the
sir.
show. You know what I mean? Talk to me about what influenced you to tell your story this season and participate in the show this season, Moses.
The first and foremost, I wanted to come on here and protect my wife, you know,
Mhm.
because my wife is a genuine, caring, loving person. You know, she'd give
Mhm.
anybody anything. And she was totally professional. You know, I met her totally, we started talking totally after she was off the show.
Mhm.
Totally, totally she was done whatever they say relationship she had with Destiny. It was afterwards. So for me to have to come on this show, I wanted to come on the show was just to speak up for her, you know,
Mhm.
because she did right by Destiny when she was producing her. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know what people saying about the friendship, but all I know they had a work relationship.
Mhm.
Every time I was ever around Destiny and she talked about Sunny, my wife, it was business. It was business. You know, Destiny came to St. Louis plenty of times. She called other people. I never heard her say, let me call Sunny, hang out. It never was that.
Mhm.
When it comes to the point now that, oh, she was my friend, I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
You didn't see that. Okay, so that's really eye-opening to kind of what made everyone involved kind of feel confident in the decisions that they were making moving forward, right? Because that's
So,
a big question that a lot of people have had, Moses, specifically for you. I think that people on the outside looking in, the viewers, will assume that there was a moment, and maybe you can clear this up for us now, right? There was a moment, and I think this is what people kind of take issue with, okay? I think that people assume there was a moment where you willfully made a conscious choice to say, hey, I'm going to pursue Sunny, even though I know it's going to hurt Destiny. people feel like that was a decision that you made. You chose Sonny over Destiny in your history or any assumed loyalty that you may have had. Talk to me about that space in the timeline specifically, and we'll get back to kind of how things went in order. But
Okay.
just that specific point, I think, is what um, kind of is influencing people's perspectives, viewers' perspectives on the situation. They feel like that will reflect maybe like a callous nature or like some sort of disloyalty to Destiny. Talk to me about what influenced you to choose to pursue a relationship with Sonny, all things considered.
See, first and foremost, I never met my wife or got with my wife to hurt Destiny. That's wasn't
Yeah,
the case.
yeah.
I go back again to say I haven't seen Destiny since January the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen her all year. All year. Okay. So after my birthday situation, that's another time I didn't see her. So I had a conversation with Destiny and I said, we should just go back to being friends, because I gave you a chance to be exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work out. It didn't work out. You didn't show up. No matter what you say about me, you didn't show up. I showed up for you. I did what I could. But you wanted to be famous. Okay. So moving down the line, I'm outside a little bit. I'm dating a little bit. I see in July, I see my wife. I pull up on her. She talking business. She knows some of the business people I know. She's talking business. What she do? So I pull up on her. We have a conversation. We talk about some real estate. I end up getting her number. Just strictly business at this time. So I give her a call August. Give her another call. I like her conversation. I'm like, pull up on her. I like her conversation where she's going. So I told her I want to meet her one day. I want to meet up with you. She's like, what for? She waited another day. She said, I'll meet up with you. So when I meet up with her, we have a conversation. I'm like, I like what you're doing. I like what you got going. You
Yeah.
match my drive. I understand, I know you used to be a producer. And I used to be a boyfriend, but I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Maybe we can do something together.
Yeah.
She was like, no. My wife, first thing, she's like, no. She felt some type of way. She like, it might be a setup or something like that for the show or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. I remember her saying
Mm-hmm.
something of that nature. But after a few days, my wife called me back, said, I weighed my options. I know her, but she's just an associate. I know
Mm-hmm.
work associate. You could be my future husband. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I like what you got going. So we date August through September. Mind you, I haven't seen Destiny at all. Just texting, I'm texting, just texting because I knew her for 15 years, making sure she okay, just checking in because I know she was going through things kind of unstable. So October came around, me and my wife made it official.
Mm-hmm.
And during this time, Destiny still calling me. I mean, not calling me, texting me, trying to get in. It's over with. It's over with at this time. So when she said it was over and she chose her in August, I never got that text. I never got that text. She always called and text, but I quit texting her completely in October when I made the conscious decision that my wife is everything I need.
Yeah.
I said, this is the one for me,
Yeah.
because to me, Destiny is not wife material. She's not wife material. She got issues that she need to, I'm not trying to, but
All right. We're not here to bash
yeah,
Destiny.
yeah, yeah.
I
My
mean,
wife is just,
yeah.
she matched my fly. You know what I'm saying? She just matched my energy, her drive, the way she get up, the way she go, the way she's, business oriented, the way she, everything
Yeah.
about us fly to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all I'm concerned about. I ask God to let me find the right woman. I've been through stuff too. I've been
Yeah.
through divorce. So I learned from things to where, yeah, I was dating around, but I had to find the one. I think I'm a handsome
Yeah.
guy. Women like me. I like pretty women at that time. So I'm
Yeah.
dating. But when I found the right one, that's what I did. Cut everybody off. And that's what it is.
And pursued your wife. So and listen, that makes sense. People are drawn chemistry, and people have different similarities and different things in common. And sometimes you just are better paired with other people. That's just life.
Yeah.
Um, I think that a lot of people had questions about the timeline, right? Because when it comes to like relationships overlapping or there just being maybe the gray area that we all know definitely exists when you are transitioning in and out of relationship with people. I think a lot of people have identified the timeline as a way of implicating blame per se, or implicating, who kind of pushed the dominoes over in this case. So let's just get back to the timeline just a little bit so you have an opportunity to just kind of clear all of that up for the people that are viewing the show and people who have those questions. You said that you had kind of stopped your regular communication with Destiny, or seeing Destiny in January of last year, correct?
23.
Yeah, 23. And
23.
so between January of 23 and the time that you met your wife Sunny in August, or reconnected with your wife Sunny, and not even reconnected, connected with your wife and Sunny in August. So you and Destiny had not seen each other in those 8 months at all, correct?
Oh,
Now,
but
when was your birthday, Moses?
it's in April.
In April. Mine too. I'm an
First
April
week of April.
Aries. Yeah, I'm
First
April
week of April.
10th.
Okay.
So what was it about? I guess what was your expectation of Destiny at the time that your birthday came around that did not happen, and how did that impact your dealings with her at that time?
It's not just that. It's
Mm-hmm.
multiple things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She was going through a lot, man. I was trying to help her out, in
Yeah.
certain situations, get her on even playing field,
Are
because
you speaking about financially, Moses?
financially
Okay.
just
Yeah.
getting on the ball, because
Yeah.
you traveling around with everybody want to be famous, chasing fame, but it's not making sense.
Okay.
It would be somebody flying you to an event, getting your hair and makeup done, but what else they put in your pocket, you know?
Yeah.
So when it come to me, then you call me and say, I got to do this, I got to do that, and I'm looking out. It's like, what you want to do, get yourself together or just have fame? And when it comes to Madani, I'm telling her, I said, you don't own this building. So when is the cutoff date if you don't get to own it? Because I don't have no problem helping you at the time, put the suites in there, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm a business owner myself. If I don't own
Mm-hmm.
the building, I'm not putting nothing in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So she was study fighting and arguing with that. Another situation came up with I think about the property. I think they split the equity or whatever, but she didn't want to go down in price to get the property sold, take her cut, take. I said, I told her, I was like, sometimes you got to lose to win, to get yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
can't be like Fred Flintstone, feet tapping the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get on solid ground. You got
Yeah.
to get on
Yeah.
solid ground. You can't build a foundation if you ain't on solid ground. I'm too old to be playing.
Yeah.
So I gave her a shot. It's just that she hold accountability. She didn't come to see me. She just wasn't trying to put nothing to stand on and move forward, to grow. And when it comes to that, it's just like it's time out for that. So to me, I think we just in April I made a decision, like we just go back to being friends with benefits at this time.
Yeah.
So,
So between so it sounds like it was a combination of things that kind of maybe change the way that you view Destiny and maybe some of her decision making, right? And that's important when it comes to talking about like a life partner. You and Destiny were talking about future plans, and we're in a relationship. And so it sounds to me like what you're saying is that there were some fundamental differences when it came to the way that you all approach business and just priorities and things like that. And the way that Destiny was handling her business, or maybe not handling her business, did that impact did it change the way that you saw her after a 15-year friendship?
yes, sir. Because it's like, when you going to get it? You
Yeah.
you playing a victim.
Yeah.
Use your pain as motivation. You gotta grow. Kill them with success. I've been through things too. But I don't let that stop me from growing. I'm going to get another contract. I'm gonna prove you wrong. You tell me
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna get yes over here.
Yeah.
That's what I tell her, but she the victim. She the victim.
How did things change from because again, this is not I don't feel like in order to tell your story, we have to tear down Destiny to
I'm
end this
not trying to.
conversation, right? And I don't believe you are either. And so, but I can sense a difference in the way that I can sense that there is a maybe something happened to kind of change the tone amongst you all right now. What was the shift that made you kind of change the way you look at destiny as far as feeling as if you have to defend yourself or defend your wife Sonny in that case? What was the pivot from being we have a 15-year friendship with benefits at times and we are in that mode with one another where we kind of look out for each other and you were even supporting her financially through some of her hardships. How do we pivot then, Moses, into opening the conversation with the fact that Destiny chose to be in relationship with you while she knew that you had another partner. So how do we shift? How does the conversation go from the tone of conversation go from I'm willing to help you through your hard times to now you were here under false pretenses from the beginning? What pivoted to make you feel like you had to defend yourself in that way when you speak about your relationship with her?
It's just that she's on a bash mission. She ain't saying none of the good things I have done or the
Mm-hmm.
things that my wife has done. She's
Mm-hmm.
going straight off to what she fumbled the ball and she want to blame everybody else. I already
Mm-hmm.
said I was guilty with communication. Only reason I didn't want to communicate to her because I wanted to make sure it was real with my wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
didn't want to hurt her just to hurt her, but when I
Yeah.
was married, it is what it is. I made
Yeah.
my choice. I know she's going through things, so I'm guilty of that. But the way she's bashing and keeping it going, I don't like it. The way she's trying to bash my wife, act like they was friends, it don't sit right with me.
So you when you were dating Destiny in relationship, let's get to the part that a lot of people feel like is the most gray area, right? Which is any sort of contact or communication that you may have had with your wife Sunny during your relationship with Destiny, right? Talk to me about any times that you like the first time that you encountered Sunny while you were in relationship with Destiny. Was there an attraction? Did you even really notice Sunny at that time, or what was that experience like for you? Just speaking honestly as a man, what was your experience like when you met Sunny while you were in relationship with Destiny? Because I think that that is the spot that is in question for a lot of people. And I think that that's influencing what some people's current perspectives of you and the choices that you guys have made in your relationship may be. So clear that up for everybody, Moses. What was your interaction with Destiny or interaction with Sunny like during your relationship with Destiny?
Well, the first time I ever heard of my wife was when Destiny came to visit me one time. She said, I'm requesting a new producer. She's
Okay.
from St. Louis. Her name is Sunny. I said I might know her, because I'm known in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard the name before, but I never really saw her. I might maybe saw her in passing or seen her in passing. So the next time I heard of her, she was bringing Destiny to St. Louis
Okay.
for the Monica concert.
Okay. Yeah.
So I went to the concert and I met her. She gave me a wristband to get into the concert. Sunny went her way. Destiny went to the back, got dressed. She performed, came out. She chilled with me for a while, and then we got out of there. So that's the second time. That's the first time me really seeing her.
Mm-hmm.
Then I met her one more time. She came by a dinner that I had for Destiny for a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Stopped by, we ate, then we left, and then that was the last time I seen Sunny until I
Mm-hmm.
encountered
Until
her.
August.
Yeah, to 23.
Yep. Okay. And so during those times, was there an attraction at present, or was there any sort of spark, connection, anything, or was it just a casual meeting and passing, just like happens all the time?
It was just a casual meeting and passing. I was with
Mm-hmm.
Destiny at the time, so
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look at Sunny no type of way at the time.
Mm-hmm. And so, okay. And so that was just how you all met. And then, so when you connected in August, what was different about that meeting besides the status of your relationship with Destiny, right? What was it during that first meeting in August that made you kind of look at Sunny differently, or kind of just, you know, cause the question in your mind of, maybe I'm interested in that, or maybe I want to explore this connection further?
This is after we conversated a few times. I got a number in July.
Hmm.
I seen that she was talking business. We both was talking business about real estate, about one or two properties. And I said, we need to get each other numbers, catch up and talk. So we talked. I called her a few times, I think in August, and we had a conversation. And I said, I like the conversation. I like what
Yeah,
she work out, the way she get up every day, the way she handle her business. Then I can even hear certain other things going on where she's handling her business.
yeah.
So I gave her a call, like we need to meet up. At this time, I knew I wanted her.
Okay.
I knew I
Yeah,
wanted her at this time.
yeah.
So when I put up on, nice, flat,
Hmm.
uh, so she came out, she didn't have she was toned down. She wasn't, I think probably like a little son, but she was toned down, like,
Yeah,
really good. So she was like, what's this a meeting about? What you want to see me about? And I just let her know, like, I like your style. I like, how you carry yourself. For the way you carry yourself and your business acumen, I feel like we can really do some things together. You know, I'm single. I don't have any kids. She didn't have any kids. So I'm like, maybe we have some here. She like, no, she kind of like, this might be some type of TV thing. Like, yeah, I might
yeah.
try to set me up. I'm like, no, it ain't like that. Like I say, and I told her, I said, man, Destiny ain't working out. I don't see no. She like, no. And she just said, all right, we kind of broke it up. I said, well, I shot my shot.
Yeah,
So a
yeah.
couple of days later, I guess she prayed on it. She called me. She said I had a talk with some accountable partners. They like that was just a business friend, business relationship. So, I don't owe her nothing like that. You could be my future husband. So we gave it a shot, and that's just what it is. But at that point, I think I should have let Destiny you know,
Okay.
but I wanted to make sure that it was what it was.
That there was even something to let her know.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so what was your communication, or the frequency of your communication like with Destiny at that time in August, between, because your relationship with Sunny kind of materialized between August and October of
Yes, sir.
23, right? So what was your communication like at that point in August with Destiny?
Mostly like good morning, just good morning, good night.
Mhm.
I acknowledge her every day,
Just
just kind of,
staying in
yeah, staying
communication.
to connect
Yeah,
because I wanted her spirits to stay high, because
yeah.
with her it's just different things come at her every day, lawsuits, this, that, from
Hmm.
what I know, every
Okay.
time she's getting issued. And so I just try to, and then her dad was going through something too at the time.
Hmm.
So I'm just keeping her in good spirits, but I knew at the time that it's just, but I still looked at her, I knew her 15 years.
Yeah,
I want the best for her. It's not with me.
yeah.
I done gave her all the advice I really can give her, and she's not taking my advice. It's like she's moving how she want to move. Ain't nothing I can do. I asked to come to see me. What can I do? At this point.
So it sounds like at the time that it sounds like the timing was coincidental, right? It sounds like at the time that, which we've all been through that stage of kind of weaning out of a relationship and transitioning out gradually, right? You start having thoughts and you start thinking, maybe I don't feel a little differently about this now. And it'll affect the frequency of communication. It may lessen, or you may, show up a little bit less, and you gradually ease your way out of a relationship. So that's the stage that you were at with Destiny at that point, correct?
Yes, sir.
Which is why you were open to the new connections. It wasn't just Sunny, it could have been anybody that you had
And
connected
anybody,
with at the time.
but I never told anybody that I was in a relationship. The
Yeah,
new dates I was going on. They knew of Destiny. This before my wife.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like I never misled anyone. In
Right.
October, I cut the couple people I cut them loose. This one I'm at. I'm with my wife. So that's just what it is.
So I think another thing, and thank you for that clarity, because I think that was a big piece of the puzzle for most of the viewers. They feel like there was a space where you were misleading,
Yes, sir.
essentially, right? And carrying on a connection with Destiny while you were pursuing Sunny, and that never happened. Correct, Moses?
Never happened. That never
Yeah.
happened. Because when me and my wife committed to each other, and I told
Hmm.
cut all communications, cut all communication, and we moved forward.
So what was the difference? I saw that at Carlos King, shout out to our boy Carlos, at his live podcast in Huntsville, there was a conversation that you and Sonny had when you came on stage. And the part of the conversation was about showing up for your wife or showing up for Sonny in ways that were a little bit different from what we saw when you were with Destiny. Going back to that time, right, when you were in relationship with Destiny, was it a conscious decision on your behalf not to maybe be so present in her story on the TV? And if so, why? Like, why was it that we didn't see maybe as much of you during that time?
Because I really knew that Destiny wasn't the one. I I had another engagement at that time too. Two companies was merging. You know,
Okay.
I worked sometime through a carriers company. I partnered with them with my
Okay.
and we had a contract, decent sized contract, get a nice piece of it.
Hmm.
So, like I say, instead of being famous, I'd rather get the money.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? See, some people want to be seen because people make some things up like he just want TV, he just want fame. I don't care about because I could have came to
Hmm.
the reunion,
Hmm.
done that, but that's not really my forte. But I gotta show up for my wife. You
Yeah,
know,
it's different.
it's different. It's my wife. This is the person I spend the rest of my life with. This is the person I'm attracted to. This is the person that loves me unconditionally. This is the person that show up for me. And I gotta show up for her. I gotta protect her because this is her career. My wife is a producer. She got her own stuff going on. Her own series on Tubi. I gotta plug that too. Sunshine the
Hey, plug
series.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Sunshine the series. Go see
yeah,
it. Go check it out on Tubi. Streaming now. Sunshine 2 is in the is getting made as we speak. It's filming
yeah.
as is getting made as we speak. So just support my wife, just a breath of fresh air for me. Come from where I'm come from. She got a different light, man. Like,
Yeah.
just a different light, man. And that's my blessings, and I'm a light for her. We just compliment each other well.
Do you feel like you and Sonny kind of because according to the viewers of the show, right? Per their view, per their perspective, we didn't find out about your relationship with Sonny until you guys were married, a married couple. Now, was there an intention on your behalf or you and Sonny's behalf as a unit to not be so public with your relationship while you were dating? Or did it just go down? Like, did you all keep your relationship private during that time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now talk to me about what influenced that. Like, what made you guys want to keep your dating experience private?
Because they're just for me, that's the type of person I am.
Hmm.
Um, I just wanted to keep it private anyway because I knew how people would look at the situation, people who don't know. But once we got married, I knew it was gonna come to a head to where people would
Yeah,
find out, people would know. But I can't damn my wife like she wanted to post. That was her happy day. That was my happy day. My family
yeah.
wanted to post, because the only close family was small.
Hmm.
We planning the wedding again this year, big wedding. So
Okay.
we kept it just small, but when the family wanted to put out, my wife wanted to put it out, I can't say nothing about that. And that's when the blogs found out. That's when it took a twist. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Hmm.
God put us together for a reason. I knew that, what I've been through in life, I knew the type of woman I wanted. Somebody I can build with, somebody I can grow with. And he blessed me. So man, when a man finds a wife, man, he finds a good thing, man. And
That's
I'm
what it
and
says.
I'm just so happy, bro. Like, because it ain't too many to pick from, man. Because some people got different problems in different areas. The way they got so much big V energy, Like funny that, but you gotta be a woman. You can't. Always be with the rah rah. You gotta be a woman. Understand your man, learn to understand your husband, understand where you can help him at, and I do the same. So
Yeah. while still presenting the tenacity in business and the drive. That's
Yes,
a
sir.
part of the package too. You
Yes, sir.
like it sounds
Yeah.
like you're saying you like the balance
Yes,
of a
sir.
partner who knows how to fully operate within the confines of being in a relationship while also exhibiting the boss energy in business, the boss energy in their professional life. It sounds like that's what you want.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
think what people need to hear you say, Moses, to really get it is that it's simply and you tell me if this is the case because I don't want to speak for you, right? But it sounds like it's simply a case of you have a stronger connection and a different motivation to be in relationship with your wife Sunny than you had with Destiny. It's just a different desire, a different relationship, and it just simply is different.
Man, you couldn't have said it better. Like I want to say it like that, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
saying it for
That's
me,
what it
so I
sounds like.
really appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it sounds like you have a lot of respect for the institution of marriage, right? Because you've mentioned that you wanted to show up and be present for your wife, and that you're existing and operating differently as a husband than you were as a boyfriend or a date for someone
Sir,
else.
most definitely, most definitely. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And so talk to me about the future for you and Sonny, man. What do you want for the future? What do you see? What's next for you guys, Moses?
Family, kids, bigger businesses. You know,
Yeah.
we bounce stuff off each other. You know, we growing like every day is something new for us. You know, it's like it's a good journey. You know, and I'm learning her more. You know, and I see what she been going through with the, you know, with her. But that's her journey to tell. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but like I say, I'm happy. I'm loving every moment of it. You know, it ain't all been all good. You know, because I'm still dealing
Yeah.
with stuff from my past.
hmm
You know, got a little trauma I done been through, you know. So
Yeah.
she's working with me on that. She let me know that husband, you need to get better over here, you know, be cool, you know, and that's what I need, bro.
Yeah.
And I kind of put her on point from my point of view too with certain situations. You gotta be more cautious, you gotta be more aware of your surroundings, things like that, you know.
Yeah.
It's on point. So it's just we sharpening each other up to where we come as one and be strong as ever, you know. So I love it, man. You know, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
How do you like being this involved in the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville? Are you enjoying your time in the mix of the story like this?
Yes, sir. Some things get to me because it seems like people don't know me. But
Yeah.
like I say, it is what it is. As long as my wife know, the people around me know, they ain't calling me Moses for nothing. You know, I done civilized a lot of people. People know me. I've been looking out for people from, you know, until career village. You know, so
Yeah.
I'm good for them. You know, for the people that know me, man.
Yeah.
I'm in high standards. You know, stamp certified, and that's all I can say. You know, 10 toes down, and I'm been that way all my life.
Yeah, I admire that, bro. Now, as a part of the cast, right, and as someone who has very clearly defined perspectives when it comes to marriage and the roles of a husband and wife, and a husband being a protector, talk. I have to get your opinion right on one of the things that's been going on with the cast this season, and that is the fallout of Martell Holt's recent arrest for the threat of revenge porn and all of that that's been going on with that story. Even though you're not a part of that, what are your thoughts, Moses, on the breakdown of Martell and Melody's divorce as far as that part is concerned, and someone being exhibiting that sort of behavior toward a spouse or toward an ex-spouse as a champion of marriage and as someone who feels like a husband is supposed to protect and stand in the gap for their wife? How do you feel about what you're seeing, just as a viewer and as a castmate on the show? How do you feel, Moses?
To me, I just feel like, you know, Martell dropped the ball. You know,
Okay.
you bring your wife on national TV as a power, strong couple. You come on as a
Yeah.
couple of kids. I don't know the situation with him and his Melanie. You know,
Yeah.
where I heard him say one time, I think she wasn't doing what he needed to do,
Okay.
and the other lady, what,
hmm
I don't know her name, but they heard Coast or whatever. But
Yeah,
I ain't trying to disrespect
we've
nobody.
heard a few nicknames.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard two nicknames. But you can't let what she can do for you jeopardize your business, your family that you've been with, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your wife. You can't let that ruin everything that you worked so hard for. So he dropped the ball in that area. I don't know the whole situation.
Right.
Coins, the revenge porn. Come on,
Yeah.
it's just something we don't do as men. You know, it's certain things we don't do. Like I don't like to disrespect a woman at all,
Yeah.
intentionally.
Yeah.
Bond with a woman, some women just, I just don't do that. I get up and walk away before I do that. I don't want to go to, I just don't do that.
Yep.
My grandmother, I was raised by women who told me never to do that, so I never go too far. You got it. You won, you won, you got it. So I thought Martell was a, good guy, but the couple things that he have done show me that he's hurting. Maybe,
Yeah.
he's hurting, So I wish him the best,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know him like that. I know Marcel and Maurice more,
Yeah.
I thought he was a good guy, but when I heard the revenge porn, it's like, come on now.
Yeah. It's a different line. I asked that question because I remember in the conversation that you had with Maurice and Marceau, Martel's name came up, and I remember that you were vocal about there being a difference. Immediately when they brought his name up, you were like, okay, yeah, but we're different. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to just give you an opportunity to kind of expound on that and let people know how you were different. So again, because this is all about the perception from the fans and giving you an opportunity to kind of like tell your story in this space, in this conversation. So just wanted to give you a minute to kind of expound on that a little bit more for the fans, brother. But listen, I definitely appreciate your perspectives on all of this. Again, I think it was only fair that you got a chance to kind of just let us get to know you now that you're a part of this cast and we're seeing more of you. People have questions, man. So, all right, then, bro. Well, listen, is there anything that you want to say to the fans of the show, the viewers of the show, the audience before we get out of here? Anything you want to clear up or any just words that you want to offer to the audience as we move forward?
I just want the people to just get to know us. I know y'all got your own opinions, but my wife is a genuine, current person. I drop the ball, so I take full responsibility on being
Okay.
transparent about the cutting the relationship totally off.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, then just watch on the show. We're gonna give you the real us. This is real life. This is not no made up storyline. This is just what it is. Unfortunately, it came about this way, but it's real, and we're gonna give you what we got. And I appreciate you for having me on to get a chance to tell my side of the story, bro.
For sure, brother, man. I wish you guys the best, man. It was good talking to you, Moses.
Yes,
Hopefully
sir.
we get a chance to chat again for the season is over.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
man. You take care.
You too.